In this example, I'm going to emphasize on the use of brackets when you're supposed to be doing addition or subtraction of algebra expression. Okay, so when you're asked to do addition or subtraction that involve algebra, you make sure that you give brackets even though the question doesn't have. So what do I mean by that? So for example, in this question, so we got three algebra expression, one algebra expression, second algebra expression, and the third algebra expression. So when we say find the sum of the algebra expression, so maybe you feel like, okay, I'm just going to add them up. Yeah, you're just going to be adding them up. But a good habit will be you add them with brackets. So mentally to you, this is like three blocks of things that you are adding. So if there is a bracket, of course, you got to open up the bracket. So there is an invisible one standing outside. So in a way, you expand out. So 1 times 5x is just 5x. 1 times 6x is just 6x, 6y. And then there's always an invisible one if you don't see any special number outside the bracket. So then you will get a 3x minus y. So you may be thinking, then why must I put a bracket? Okay, so it will be more important for the bracket in the subtraction. Okay, so the bracket also help you to think of it as how many items. So now you are adding 3 brackets. So you are adding 3 blocks of algebra. So you slowly expand out. And then when you slowly expand out, you group all the x together. Again, it's the bubble thing. So you can do the bubble thing. Put the x together, put the y together, and then you simplify. So when you simplify the x, you get 5 plus 3 minus 1. 5 plus 3 minus 1, that is a 7x. When you simplify the y, you will have 6 minus 1 plus 7. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 plus 7, 12. Okay, so all these are the tiny things that you need to make sure that you have 100% in your algebra. Okay, so when we do subtraction, the bracket is even more important. So usually a lot of people will make mistake in this type of question. So you are subtracting this from this. Okay, from, that means this is the main guy that you are stealing from. So a bracket minus a bracket. So make sure you have the bracket, even though it didn't start off with brackets. Okay, then you expand out the bracket. The invisible one is multiplied into the bracket. But in the minus, the invisible is a minus one. So the minus is going to multiply into the bracket. So you will get a minus p, minus minus, minus minus, you will become a plus. Another minus minus, that will become a plus. So you follow the steps before you try to regroup them. Put all the p together, put all the q together, and put all the r together. Seven p. 5 plus 4 is 9q. Minus 1 plus 7. Minus 1 plus 7 is plus 6r. Okay, it's actually very simple if you follow the bracket and then be mindful of the negative sign. the negative one that is outside the bracket. Okay, if you are not mindful, this is where you make errors. So surprisingly, this kind of question during exam or test, a lot of students will usually make mistakes. Okay, so the last one is the kind, right, where I will have a lot of students making mistakes. You are subtracting something from the sum. So here, right, if you look, how many algebra are there? There is a bracket here. There are two brackets here. For those people, if you are not the step-by-step people, you find that you will make mistake very easily. So if you do your algebra in a very step-by-step, you find that, right, it's very easy to achieve 100% perfection in algebra. So in this situation, right, it, you can do everything in one statement. So if you can do everything in one statement. So you're gonna add the bracket, the two, you're gonna be adding these two first. After the adding, all right, you're gonna subtract that bracket from the adding. So if you would like to do it in a single statement, it's possible to do in a single statement. So bracket plus bracket first. Then I'm going to subtract the other bracket. So, okay, expand out carefully. Those who are very weak are the ones, right, who cannot stay focused. They cannot stay focused with the expansion. So stay focused with the expansion, especially when the expression get longer. So this is a -1. So that's how you're going to be doing it. Okay, then the next thing is you got to be very super careful. Okay, detect all the M first. Pull out all the M. So if you pull out the M, this is what you got. Okay, then what about the N? Some of you, your handwriting is also an issue. You cram everything together. So you yourself also couldn't see carefully. So no point go and cram your working. Find a proper space. Then the last part, put all the numbers together. Then you're going to do family by family. The M family, 4 plus 2 plus 5, 11. The N family, and then the number family, -12 plus 8, plus 4. So that will be the final answer. Okay, so that is how you use brackets. So if the algebra expression doesn't come with bracket, you need to bracket up. You need to see it as one item. That's why you need to protect that item. Okay, so if you miss the bracket, it will make an effect difference during subtraction, because the subtraction with a bracket actually help you to multiply in a negative into the bracket. So just stay very step by step. Okay, so I'm going to show you another example which involve brackets, which a lot of people will just keep asking, how do I do this? How do I do this? So where you see so many brackets, your thinking will be, which bracket disappear first? Which bracket disappear first? So the first bracket to disappear is the round bracket. The round bracket is the lowest rank. So it will disappear first. So the lowest rank person will disappear. You know, it's just like you play a game. If you got a low rank character, so that one most probably got very low health, so it will die first. So the round bracket is a low health guy. Okay. Then so the round bracket will disappear first, then followed by the square bracket, then followed by the round bracket. Okay, so the lowest rank is the round bracket. So how am I going to make the round bracket disappear first? So if you look at 6A, we only got the round and the square bracket. So I'm going to disappear the round bracket first. Disappear the round bracket means you expand out. That means please don't touch the rest. And you expand out the -3. So you get a -3x, you get a +6y. And then the round bracket disappears. So can you see that? The round bracket disappear already. So the lowest rank guy disappear. So the next guy to disappear is the square bracket. So who is outside the square bracket? +1 is outside the square bracket. So you're going to disappear it by multiplying the -1. Sorry, it is the +1. So +1 times 4x. +1 times -3x. +1 times 6y. +6y. So when you hit no more bracket, you group them together. So it happens that all the x are grouped together already. You can see all the x are grouped together. 5 + 4 - 3. So that gave you a 6x. Then 6y minus y, it happens to give you 5y. So that's it. Okay. So follow the rules to disappear the bracket. Just don't mix the steps. Okay, the next one is the challenging one. We got all the three brackets are in. Okay, so when all the three brackets are in, don't freak out. Do step by step. Follow the steps. You will be okay. So I'm just going to be copying everything until I hit the round bracket. So look carefully. Who is outside the round bracket? The -1 is outside the round bracket. So you got to multiply -1. -1 times a, negative a. -1 times 3b is -3b. Then you close the bracket, the round bracket. So the lowest one disappear already. Okay, so you can see what I did, right? I copy everything. Then I hit the square bracket. So look at the square bracket. Who is outside the square bracket? The -2 is outside the square bracket. So you get a -16 plus 2a plus 6b. Then I close the curly bracket. So each time I'm making the bracket disappear, I actually don't touch the rest of the item. So by the time you are here, you realize that you only left with the curly bracket. Then observe. who is outside the curly bracket? Minus 3 is outside the curly bracket. So minus 3 is responsible for multiplying E. So I'm just going to copy. Now I'm going to multiply in the minus 3 that is standing outside the round bracket. So I got a minus 12a. I got a positive 48. I got a negative 6a. I got a negative 18b. So make sure you're all multiplied to minus 3 if you want to expand out the curly bracket. So can you see I'm trying to be very organized? So your handwriting also need to be very organized, or else you find yourself super messy. You can't even see your own colors. If you always rely on me to check your colors, most probably during your exam or test, you will make colors and you have no ability to check. Okay, so in the first place, we try to prevent color first. So by doing step by step, all the little things like your handwriting also matters. Okay, then now I'm going to be organizing them according to the like terms. So I'm going to look for the like terms. So I'm going to look for all the A. So can you see I'm looking for all the A? I try to circle them. Then I try to put them together. Then I'm going to try to circle my B. I'm trying to circle my B. Then the last one will be the number. Then it's going to be so easy if you just left with the A. 7 minus 12 minus 6. So that will be minus 11. This will be a minus 28. This will be a 59. Okay, so you just have to be very organized and then expand each layer carefully and then you add them up carefully.